Okay, guys, so we're back again with the Better Podcast, episode 6. We had a short hiatus, but we're back again with another special guest today. Somebody that made a lot of people, including myself, fall in love with football. He was very skillful. I could say that David Beckham of South Africa at the time made his debut in professional football at the age of 15, the youngest scorer in the PSL at the time at the age of 16 for Moroka Swallows. He played for Orlando Pirates. He went to AFCON with Bafana. A free kick specialist. That's why I likened him to David Beckham. And he was one of the just generally most skillful flair players of his generation. Steve Chippa Lekoelea. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, my man.
Thank you for coming to the Better Podcast. I mean, it's a pleasure to speak to you all the way out from the Val. I just wanna, off the bat of it, what have you been up to? You know, it's been a while since we last saw you on the pitch. So, you know, your fans out there really want to know what have you been up to since calling quits?
Yeah, I'm happy to be in the panel of 10-bet. I'm very happy. But now I was busy with the development. I want to open my academy so that I can give the youngster that I have during my playing time. So yeah.
So that obviously will be in the Val, exactly where you came from, right?
Yeah, because Val is like Brazil, because any star from PSL is from Val. I think if you can keep that way, we can produce many players at Val.
So you say it's the Sao Paulo of South Africa.
Yeah, obvious. Too many players there. Even now, can see at Parrot, we have a Mofokeng. Yeah, he's a good player. I spoke to him before, and advised him when he must pass, when he must a treble, because Paris is a big team.
Yeah,
they can destroy you. Paris can destroy you. He can building you up. Yeah, that's why I spoke to him. I like him very much.
A lot of people are likening him to you actually, because I mean, you joined Pirates 95 as a teenager. You were the last one to actually wear the number 10 jersey at Pirates. So you were a big deal for maybe the younger audience that aren't familiar with your career. I think you've played over 200 professional games for them from your teenage years till I think about 28, 29, you know, when you moved on. What advice, like, I know you said you spoke to him, but what advice would you give to him? Because he's a young player. You know, even the national team, Bafana coach is looking at him now. He's seeing if he can keep that form and momentum. But you were there also at the time. And I'm sure if you look back at it, maybe you would have wanted to do some things differently. Because even yourself, you could say, you didn't reach your full potential as a footballer.
Sure.
So what advice would you give to him now? As somebody that's definitely in the same shoes, come from the same area and everything.
Yeah, I spoke to him. I tell him that he must relax. He must not in a hurry. And obviously he's a youngster. He's a celebrity now. This thing is going to come with. He's going to get a big head. You see.
Yeah.
He must relax. He plays soccer. He focus on soccer. And sometimes when you play in the field, you can't listen to the coach. You are the coach when you enter the field. You are the coach. You are the captain. The decision you make is you. It's not the coach. Parents and they like players who have a skill. If you can win the supporters on the parents, then you play every game. Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting because Pirates, Chiefs, Unknowns are the teams that have a lot of supporters. Like, look at the derby. You say a funny thing of, don't listen to the coach. The coach said the same thing. He's like, I can't give instructions to a player in the derby. He can't hear me.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So basically what you're saying is to have independent thinking.
Sure.
Okay, it's interesting. So yeah, going through to your career, what would you say you would have done differently if you could change things? If there's anything.
You see, my career, The problem I made is to not go to school to finish the school. That is the problem, and I don't like the youngster to make the same mistake we did. I played soccer, but the problem is if I was focusing with school and football, maybe it was total different. I didn't finish the school because of soccer. I love soccer, and the problem was we were playing Africa, and when we playing Africa, we going 4 days before.
So just to contextualize, you saying you were playing professional football while you should have been at school.
Yes.
Okay.
And I started earning when I was at school. Yeah, the problem is we were playing Africa, and then we were leaving early, 4 days before Africa, and we come back after 4 days again because the plane are not moving like here in South Africa.
Like if we go to Congo.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's the problem, and I can see that I'm staying behind with the school work. That's why I told myself, no, I must focus with the soccer. One thing, I can't focus with two because I like this soccer. That's why I focus in the soccer.
Yes.
Then you give me the results of a good player today.
I would imagine that the results of the soccer was also important for you because, like you said, you were earning money and you were bringing money home and maybe to buy stuff for yourself, which was exciting. If I may ask, how much money were you earning in 95 in that time?
No, at Swallows I was earning a small salary.
Stipend.
Yeah, I was getting peanuts there at Swallows. Maybe I was getting 947
Rand.
47 rand.
Yeah, but I mean, you were
1994.
Schoolboy, so I can understand. But then going to Pirates? Let's say your first contract.
But they gave me an increase. They gave me an increase, but with the salary was 1,240 rand,
Like
65 cents.
Yeah, but you're still also a schoolboy, so I could understand.
Yeah, at Paris, I can't tell you my first salary because I got a lot of money before I play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a problem?
No, they want me to play for Paris.
Okay.
And I was earning 1,000 at Swallows.
Okay.
And Mr. Khoza gave me 6,000 check to buy a cold drink.
To buy a cold drink.
That's why I went to Paris. Because
who else was after you then?
Yeah.
Who else was after you?
Swallows, Chiefs, and with Bengasis.
Okay.
But Paris, they showed me the money. Yeah, that's why I went to Paris. I played for Paris.
So that was the most expensive cool drink at the time.
6,000.
Wow. It must have been taste amazing, eh?
And second time they gave me 5,000. Is where I started to open my account at the bank. But while I was playing for Silos. Yeah.
Okay, so they were sweetening you up before you joined there.
Yeah.
Okay, then... So how did that change your life? Because obviously, as a teenager, even when you got to Swallows, you were just playing because you love it. But now you're professional.
Sure.
How did that change your life mentally? Did you change your friends? Did you change your behavior, your family life? How did everything change?
No, when we are young, everything is coming like very quickly and very quickly at a young age. And when I grew up, my mother and my father, they didn't teach me how to save the money, how to do to work with the school's work. That's why I didn't went to school because my mother and my father they didn't teach me how to invest.
Yeah.
And there was no computer in the house. How can I know the computer because there's no computer in the house?
Yeah, at that time,
Yeah.
So, but I'm asking, like, how did it change? Like, did you, coming from Laval and then earning a lot of money, what changed for you?
Like I said, when we were young, everything came so quick. Fame, money, cars.
Did you struggle?
Girls. girls. Yeah.
But did you struggle to deal with it? Like,
Yeah, I was young. And it came so very quickly. Money.
Yeah. I get you. But I mean, you were a star at Pirates. You were, one of the guys, a crowd favorite, like you said. Somebody that excited the fans and things like that. So what actually went wrong at Pirates? Because you left at a period where you were probably gonna be your best, like 28, 29, 30. Why did you leave Pirates?
No, like I said, the problem it was money.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking for increase.
Okay.
But I think there was no agreement between me and Mr. Khoza. And that time I wanted to play soccer. So I went to Maritzburg and they pay me a lot of money.
Can you say how much?
A lot of money. Even the sign-on fee. It was my first time to get that sign-on fee in my career.
How much was that?
250.
And your monthly salary at the time?
35.
35.
Yeah, but I signed 2 years, 3 years at Maritzburg.
Okay.
One season it was 250.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually the similar situation now. What happening to Lorch? He was there for like almost 10 years. And we heard, you wanted an increase and the increase wasn't coming. And now we're going to Sundowns. So obviously you understand that situation more than others.
And I told them about Lorch. When he went to Sundowns, I said, "You want money? You want money because he's got friends at Sundowns, and they talk. You see, you want to be like their friend.
Yeah,
see?
I get you.
That's a problem that I have at Pirates. But I didn't want to leave Pirates. Pirates, I'm Steve Lekoelea today because of Olono Pirates.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't want to leave Pirates. I wanted to give me increase then. I play soccer.
Are you surprised at what's happened to Pirates so like over the last maybe 10 years or so? I think, okay, they're winning trophies and stuff. They're maybe not as bad as Chiefs. But I mean, they haven't really contested for the title. Like we the last time they won, I think, was under Ruud Krol, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at how they've fallen behind Sundowns in a way?
Yeah. I'm not surprised because Sundowns, they have a plan. They have a plan. Every year they have plan.
Yeah.
They collect 15 points before. Then they go to Africa.
Yeah.
When they come back again, they collect 15 points.
Yeah.
And Pirates is a big team. They should have a structure every year. And not changing too many coaches. That is a problem. They came with another style of European style, and here we're playing a Casa style. That's why they have a problem, the European coaches with our style of playing football.
I mean, I think one of the issues, maybe that time, when you were at Pirates to here now, is that perhaps the coaches don't have too much say over which players come in. I'm sure you weren't even signed by the coach. You know what I mean? So do you think that is an issue? Because at Sundowns, we know the coach says, okay, I want Lorch. He comes in. Maybe the sporting director says, okay, this player, do you want him? He says yes or no. So the coach has like a control of who he comes in.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a problem maybe at Chiefs and Pirates? Because the coaches just come to the training pitch and he says, hey, yeah, Steve is here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Because at the big teams, it's only the coach who signed the player.
It should be.
Yeah, but it's the managers, the owner of the team, because football is a business. The supporters who come in the stadium, they bring the money. I think this is the problem of bringing the coaches, the players, main players, and the coach that doesn't like the players. You see, this is a problem.
Yeah.
It's ending fighting with the manager, with the coach. Yeah. Chiefs is a big team, but I'm surprised why they perform like this.
Why do you think it is?
I think they don't like to buy players and the expensive one. Quality players. Because this is a big team. You see.
I mean, look, if you look at it, they have signed, like certain players, like let's say Yusuf Mott was in Bafana at the time, Ashley Dupree, there was a lot of excitement. But I think that maybe don't...
Combo.
they don't combine well. You know what I mean? But anyway, moving on from that, you know, you said something very interesting of like the Kasi style now, Kasi style of football. Do you think enough is being done like to harness that talent? Because like, okay, I'm from Cape Town, for example. We have like, you know what you guys have here, the GDL and stuff like that. But in the Kasi, I don't think they have those like very structured development systems where you can join a club, can develop by some coaches and you know, become feeder teams for your Chiefs, your Pirates, your Sundowns. So like specifically where you from, do you think there's enough being done to, because you want to start your own academy. So do you think there's enough being done?
No. I don't think so. That's why I want to open my academy because here in South Africa we don't have quality players from the development, and we're lacking on strikers. We don't have strikers in South Africa. Even if striker is good for big team, but when we're playing with a team from outside Africa, the striker doesn't perform. That is a problem we have here in South Africa. If you can get quality players, developing players from grassroots, I think that thing can help South African people with the players.
But explain how somebody like you made it into the professional rank. If you fresh from Kasi, how did you make it? Maybe there are people out there that's now in the Kasi right now and trying to figure out, how did you do it?
Me as I was playing for a squad in Val province squad. We were playing there are two provinces. There was a tournament called Coca-Cola under 16, where the coach select the players from each squad. Yeah, they select me there. We were 32 players, but after the two they cut 10 players. Then 22 squad was representing the national team. Then the rest was history.
So it was under 17 national team, and then you were in the system, for example.
After Swallows, Paris.
Bafana also. Yeah. But going to Bafana, you represented South Africa at the 2000 AFCON, Burkina Faso, if I'm not mistaken. You were in a glittering squad at the time, Coach Trot Moloto. Also a bronze medal, which is the last time South Africa got a bronze medal.
After 20 years or 22.
24.
24 years. After 24
now,
years.
This year.
Yeah, after 24 years.
So just share your experience of being with that squad. You were the youngest player at 22. Belen Omvete was 23. So it's different to the squad that we have now where, it's dominated by local players. You were there. You were just like, there's a small boy here amongst all these big players overseas. So how was it to be part of that experience?
Yeah, it helped me a lot to get more experience because every day we're learning every day. I play with the highest players. Lucas, John Shoes, Michel, Peisa, Hans Fong. Yeah, I got a lot of experience there. But I wanted to play. I want to tell you what was nice. It was nice squad. Nice squad. We were happy. And even though we were missing home, but we were happy when we were together. I remember last time we were playing, we wanted guys to lose, to go home.
I was in West Africa now, 24 years later, so I can only imagine what you experienced 24 years ago in Burkina Faso.
It was Nigeria and Ghana. It was Nigeria and Ghana. Yeah, not Burkina Faso. It was Nigeria, Ghana. AFCON was hosted by Ghana and Nigeria.
Okay, so
we were playing Ghana. Sometimes we playing to Nigeria.
And how difficult was that?
Against Nigeria semi-final. Yes. From the airport, they told us 3-0 here. Bafana Bafana 0, Nigeria 3.
Yeah.
And they beat us 2-0. But it was a strong squad in Nigeria.
But can you recall any of the things that happened off the field, like that you will never forget?
Yeah, no, we were playing tennis, soccer. Table tennis. We were playing table tennis, snooker, playing dice. We were playing dice. We were gambling there. And we gambling with a dollar. You know how much was the dollar. Yeah. It was a nice squad. That's why we went to semi-final and lost against Nigeria. Yeah.
But I mean, a part of the some of the issues back then in AFCON was like the bad things that happened. That's what I was trying to say. Was there nothing that happened to you off the field? Because, for example, I remember like some people saying that their stuff got stolen at the airport. Like there's always like crazy things happening off the field.
No. It was a nice trip. Nothing. It's only when we arrived at Nigeria, when we were going to play in Nigeria.
It's very hostile.
We were sleeping at the Ghana. But when we played semi-final, they say semi-final is play for Nigeria. When we went to Nigeria at the airport, they were told us, 3.
So the fans came to greet you just to intimidate you.
Even the workers from airport, they say give you a stamp your passport. They say Bafana Bafana 0, Nigeria 3.
I remember Alman actually said that when we spoke to him recently, he said that there was a big intimidation factor, and that perhaps created somewhat of a rivalry between Bafana and Nigeria. And it's funny that the semi-final stage now 24 years later, it was again Nigeria.
Yeah.
But at the time, did you think Bafana would wait 24 years to get to that same stage? Or did you think that, Bafana is on a rise to dominate Africa? Like at that time when you were playing there?
No, I think this thing that made us to play good football because we were mixed with the overseas players and they were playing at that time. And here the PSL league was at the highest level than today.
Why would you say that the PSL is higher back then than compared to now?
We were playing good football. Sundowns, any team was good.
Smaller teams?
Yeah, there was a small team. All the teams were playing for PSL. That's why we went to Nigeria and came with the bronze because it was a strong team. PSL was playing the highest level than today. That's why today when the Bafana Bafana went to semi-final, we were surprised because we know the PSL the performance is poor.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the exception of Sundowns, you would say, because you told me. Yeah, you enjoy watching.
Yeah, the Sundowns, they're playing good football. They play good football. They're signing good players, not only here in South Africa, even Europe. And they mix well when they together.
I mean, now look, we're going into another international break soon. Bafana, the coach, I don't know if you saw the squad. He just announced a new squad. There's a new player in Patrick Maswangani. I don't know if you've watched him.
He's played for Paris.
Yes, he was at Super Sport last season.
He's been in the midfield.
Yeah, he's watching him in the derby. He's a left-footed player.
Yeah.
He's one of the 10 new faces, so to say. We're going to play Algeria and Andorra at the end of the month in Algeria. And this is to prepare us for Nigeria.
World Cup
qualifiers, Nigeria and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is always difficult for us.
I know.
Yeah. So, look, I mean, let's go into Maswangani in particular. I'm sure you watched some of the derby.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
Yeah, he's a good player, Maswangai. But the problem is that the players, when they play a big stage, they can't perform like they perform at home. That's the problem. That AFCON, you want a player who's got a big heart, not mentally and physically.
But they obviously need these opportunities to get to that level, because that's what coach said. He said, I liked what I saw from Patrick and so and so from the Soweto derby, but now let's see if he can play like that in Bafana, because Bafana's a higher level than the PSL. Yeah,
like I said, if he can relax and play his normal game, I think he can get a chance to play for Bafana Bafana, because the problem is if the players, their teammates, if they mingle together nicely, I think he can perform. But the problem is they must combine together. You see, not individual players.
But then maybe we must get Mofokeng also in the team, because they're combining nicely for Pirates.
Yeah, but I don't think they can put him now in the national team because we have got bad habit here in South Africa. When you are young, they say you can't play, but you see the players is doing well.
Yeah,
that is a problem.
But now the thing that's different between your generation and our generation is that when there was under 17, under 19, under 20, under 23, and you guys played. I'm a gluk. You played AFCONs, you played Olympics, and then you went to Bafana. We don't have that anymore. So do you think that is maybe the problem of why our football is not improving? Because these lighties are not like playing competitive level at you like you did.
Sure.
How much did that help you? You know what I mean?
Sure. I think the problem is if you can love what are you doing? What are you doing? We enjoy football. Me, I was enjoying my football. I like soccer. I like football. I know only football. That's why I perform like this.
But I'm saying that playing in the junior national team, it must have prepared you for the senior national team.
Yes.
Because we don't have that. We play qualifiers, done, and then you never.
And I can't remember when I watched under 17 national team and under 20.
They're never playing.
It's only Bafana Bafana.
Yeah.
Sundowns Africa.
Yeah.
You see, or Sundowns ladies.
Yeah, and that's what the coach has been saying. He's been saying like, you can't build a national team by yourself. I can't like find Chippa then. I can't drive to Val and go find Chippa and put. If he must come through the system, you know what I mean.
You're right.
But yeah, when you watched AFCON, I'm sure you also you enjoyed it and whatever because we did reasonably well. Where do you think or which players impressed you the most from that month?
Obvious Themba Zwane, the goalkeeper.
Ronza.
Wanda Williams, yeah. The goalkeeper and Mvala at the back with the Kekana. Yeah, with the Kekana. The back four was Modau.
Yeah.
The left back Mudiba,
yeah.
And the other player who surprised me was Makopa.
Really?
Yeah, Makopa, he played very well.
He's also a Kasi boy, no? He comes straight from Kasi football to the PS.
He played good football. I never thought he will play like that.
So you like him now after this?
Yeah, but he must improve. He must improve with basics. He doesn't have basics. And he's a big player. He played for big team.
Funny thing is, off the record, the coach said like, he's got lots of potential, but he needs somebody to focus with him individually. Because he says sometimes the first touches, you know what I mean? Do you think there's enough time, like at big teams, to maybe fix him?
Yeah, there's time. There's too much time for improve, to make Makopa to improve. If we can get a striker like Benny, maybe he teach him how to finish, how to trap the ball, how to make those run. Yeah, we see. Yeah, I think it will help him.
So what did you like about him in the tournament? Like when you watched him, what like really like you like this guy?
No, he's got passion with the football, and I can see he's ready to learn because he's a striker. You know, Makopa, he can play good football when they can sign him in overseas in England. He can play Makopa. You see, but other players who play more than Makopa, who's better than Makopa, they can't play overseas.
Why?
They can't play. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
overseas they want player who have basics. You see, Makopa, he can get those basics. He can play for overseas, especially in England.
A lot of coaches said that like if he had to go like maybe overseas after Baroka, he would have been playing in Germany, France, or India by now because he would have developed very quickly. But another player I just wanted to ask you about, also played in your position as a right wing, which is Percy. He didn't have a great AFCON and he got a lot of criticism, and the coach even said, I'm not going to pick Percy because of how the public like hammered him, because they said Percy was so upset because there was a lot of criticism about him. I'm sure you've been in that position before, where you're not so on form and the fans are hammering you and stuff. Is it difficult, and how do you overcome that?
No, you must tell yourself that I'm going to improve. Don't talk to a coach. It's you who's playing in the field, not the coach. I think you can tell him I'm going to play good football today. Then he can perform. He's a good player. I think he's got a problem beside football. Outside football, he got the problem. The way I saw when he play AFCON.
Yeah.
It's not the pace like we know. Yeah.
So you think it's still important to get him back to a normal self for the future of this team?
Yeah. Even during the AFCON, we were watching game. The other people, they say they must take out pace. I said no, he must stay in the field, and we got penalty. Got penalty because of him. He's a clever boy.
And he also, what people don't notice is that he never loses the ball. You know what I mean? And that's very important in international football, because a lot of the fans look at it and say, we must get this one and that one. He's got so much skills. But what is important is holding on to possession. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the other problem is, I think the system that is playing is different than here in Bafana Bafana. That's why I said your teammates, they can make you a good player.
That's why, I think maybe one of the reasons we did well is because you're talking about the system thing. And if our team is dominated by one team, which is Mamelodi Sundowns, it becomes quite easy. But would you say, you've been in the professional football setup, look, coach brings in a lot of players from Sundowns, but can you still give coach credit for what he's done with this team? Or do you credit Sundowns? You're a former professional. You will know better than all of us.
I think it's the coach.
Okay.
At Sundowns, you can give the coach the credit because...
And the national team coach? Bruce?
Yeah, but Bruce, they helped me. They helped me, Hellman, and the other people who intervened here. They tell him who must put who and who.
Yeah.
Like you saw Roland. Roland was there at the Egypt. At the
yeah, he was at the previous games before, like going into AFCON as well, like things like that. But I'm saying now, what is the role of a national team coach then? Like, you've been to a major tournament, you've played in the national team. How much influence do they have in how you play and things like that? Because you must select players from clubs, but how much influence do they have in teaching you things and how you play?
The coach is to advise you in the field. Yeah, but not to tell you how to play.
Okay.
Because
this is my system. This is where you playing. This is,
we listen to the coach at the dressing room. But when we enter the field, we forget about the coaches. We are the coaches. Forget about the coaches because sometimes the system is not working. And you can't go and ask the coach outside the field. You must change that system same time in the field.
Okay, and finally, it's just like, do you think there's any players that's maybe being overlooked for the national team over the recent years? Like, is there any player that you look at like, why is this guy not in Bafana?
Yeah, too many players. The likes of Mayo, the striker.
He's in now.
Yeah, I'm happy when they can put Makopa outside and then they can tell Makopa to look at Mayo. Because I can learn from my teammate. Like me, when I was playing, I was learning from Tom Gumeni. Tom Gumeni was always advising me.
There's an important thing that maybe you can also relate to. Coach said he didn't pick him for AFCON, Mayo.
Yeah.
Because he scores goals, okay? He scores goals. He's sharp. He scores goals. But he's not involved in the whole 90 minutes. He says, you must come fetch the ball. You must do something. You make the game. Don't let the game pass you.
Sure.
And you didn't hide away from the ball. If you weren't getting the ball, you would go run back to, you know what I mean? How important, is that difficult to learn? Because he said, Mayo must learn to make the game, not wait for the game to come to you.
No, I don't think it's true. Mayo is a good player. Maybe it's an excuse that he want. That
maybe it's the games he watched.
people, players are not the same. Other players, they can perform, but you can't see him in the 90 minutes, but they can win the game for you.
Yeah.
Like example, you remember John Shusmushu.
Yes.
You can't see him in the game, but when he score,
He makes a difference. Yeah. So do you think was John the best player you ever played with in your career?
John's good player.
By far.
There's no player that can play like Shusmushu. Yeah. I can hear calling the players there, but John Shusmushu was a fastest player.
Okay. Just to end this off, obviously it was lovely just to hear from you and speak from you. But like what is your plans over the next few months or few years that you want to achieve? I know you said you wanted to open up an academy. I know you're busy with your own businesses and things. A lot of people say, why is he not coaching or whatever. What is your plans for the next few years, just to end this off?
Like I said before, I want to open my academy, but now I'm ready to coach. I want to coach. At least if I can coach under 15. Because the coach is what we're doing in the field. I don't think I can have a problem with the coaching.
Okay, so you obviously first step is must go to your SAFA badges, and then obviously plow that into your academy. But it was really nice to hear from you, see that you're doing well, and I hope you come back soon and you enjoyed the chat.
Okay, man. Thanks, and nice to having me.
So yeah, guys, end of episode 6. Obviously, a lovely chatting to Steve. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back with episode 7 very, very soon. Thank you for joining in.
Tango.
Yo guys, for the freshest football content, follow 10Bet South Africa on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube.